So humble.
I know. Somebody's got to be.
Be humble.
Mm. Also, you know what? I had a very disturbing dream about you this weekend. Well, this morning, actually. Anyway, welcome to the threesome, y'all. The podcast where the three of us try to discuss at least 3 topics each week. Now, if this is your first time finding us, welcome. We thank you. And if you're back for more of us, you the real MVP.
You are.
Yeah, baby.
Sorry, I had to cough. That's terrible. Anyway, always, the sultry voice you're about to hear is our point person, our optimistic realist. We call her Star.
Ooh, he took me to one of them fancy resorts. I'm about to see me a Fruit Loop bird.
Okay.
Oh man, and the dulcet baritone that you're about to hear is our resident birthday boy. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Our man in the middle and our voice of reason. We call him Magic.
Forever never seems that long until you're grown.
And bringing up the rear, as always, I, of course, identify as the pragmatic contrarian of our group. And I'm called Storm. Also, if y'all hear like light barking in the background, my dog is fussing at me for some reason. I don't know why. He's been fed. I took him out. I don't know why he's barking at me. I think he just wants attention. So
Clearly, you think
there's
you a
that.
punk.
Or he knows that I am otherwise engaged, and so he feels like, he'll try me. But, my headphones are Bluetooth, so I can get up from here. And anyway,
just make a
I
slap.
be over there threatening him.
There will be no abusing dogs on this podcast, for the record.
I heard you hit your fist.
I didn't like that, but I didn't hit him.
I heard you hit your fist.
I didn't hit him.
Call Peter.
I know, right?
Oh, well.
So, anyway, do we have any church announcements aside from Magic is now an old man?
I'm still in my 40s.
Is that a barely? How ancient are you for real?
I just turned 48.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, beige don't age, so I'm good.
Hold on, brother. Okay. Hold on. To your dreams, believe.
I'm not the type of person that's going to get into everything I did this weekend, but shout out to Coach Fred and Jonte Ferguson, and I forgot the white dude's name, but all y'all were funny. And Cherry Stoner, if you just happen to be in the Virginia Beach area, check her out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have questions, but they can wait.
I ain't scared of you.
I didn't say you were. I'm just saying, that my questions are generally unreasonable.
Shoot. So very
anyway,
unreasonable podcast.
Well, we want this to be quick because, Star's headphones are hot, apparently. And, I do not know what that noise is. Do y'all hear that?
That's somebody's chair.
don't know what that is. I hear it.
We don't know what you hear.
He hears it too.
I heard it. It stopped.
Um,
Somebody need WD-40.
I don't know. Like,
it
it
ain't
sounds
me.
like, well, I mean, definitely not me. Listen, I finally installed my gigabit gateway.
Mm,
That's a whole nother discussion because fuck Comcast. But anyway, or
mm,
Xfinity, whatever the hell they calling themselves these days. But anyway, yeah. But at least I'm on gigabit Wi-Fi. Well, I'm on gigabit internet now, so my
right,
connection should not be a problem. Is what I'm saying.
Pop your collar.
right.
What'd you say, Star?
I said you're proud, you're happy.
Well, n- none of that. I mean, I'm satisfied. finally,
That's good.
finally, after multiple calls, and cussing multiple people out, I'm satisfied. But I mean, story for
Black
another
girl
day.
magic.
Sure. um. So. So, Star, you saw something on Facebook recently?
So, yeah.
The old
So,
people be.
this lady put up this post, and it was for men only. And the question was,
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
what's the most important thing about a woman that makes you wanna settle down with her? So, before I get into what the most popular response was, what do you guys think that the most common response was?
What should be the right answer or the most common response?
Either or
Well,
both.
I don't know. I would need to know who the collection of individuals were before I answered that.
I would think
You need
Because
common
to know
response
the
is something to
collective.
the effect of do the shit my mama did raising me.
exactly, like it could be anywhere from that to, I mean, like a whole host of things go through my
Okay.
mind
Okay. So
about
let's narrow it down a
stupid
little bit.
shit men come up with.
Let's narrow it down a little bit. The overwhelming majority of answers were from men who are in the age range of uh, 40 to early 60, and I'll say 90% of them African American. Now, does that help?
Sanity.
Not really. Not really, because I mean that
Yes.
You would suck on Family Feud, by the way.
She look, I get it because it helps you narrow down, like having
Top
the
5 answers.
details helps. Yeah,
yeah, I
having
mean,
the details help.
yeah, I mean, like, depends on how they grew up and what kind of bullshit they on. That's why.
Lord,
That's
the
why I
bush has
asked.
been beaten around. Pick an answer.
Well, you pick an answer, sir.
I told you, most of these fucking cornballs, she gotta cook, she gotta clean, she gotta be a good mother. Like, it ain't your mama.
Okay. So you said, what do you think it was? So that's what you believe the top answers were. What do
Yeah,
you
something
think
to
it
the
should
effect
have
of
been?
take care of my bum ass.
Okay. So what do you think it should have been?
I
The
mean,
ability to converse with intent to understand and be understood.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it should be something about.
And swallow.
Should be something.
Mm-mm.
Shut up. It should be something about compatibility, and I don't know, compatibility, and complementary personalities and such, but I know it wasn't that because dudes.
Well, out of the 87 answers, the overwhelming response was uh communication and peace, no drama or
Oh,
Good
very
luck,
little.
yay, good for
schmucks.
them.
I would like having like some of the answers were peaceful disposition and not argumentative. Um, the ability to communicate without taking everything said as a personal affront to themselves. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I get it, but I mean, I could take that also two ways. You know what I mean? Like, I get your need for peace, but also
She's not
some of
giving it to
them
you.
are just whatever. Some of them are just really. I read that as I want you to shut the fuck up while I do whatever the hell I want to do. You know what I mean? Like that's why I say it depends on who said it because
um,
context matters.
yeah.
You the same person to be
Um,
like, everybody should shut the fuck up and leave you alone while you trying to watch the game.
Absolutely. What's your point?
You
so
understand.
some more.
Shut the fuck up and leave me alone while I'm trying to watch the game. It's not nearly the same as shut the fuck up and don't say nothing while I'm out here cheating on your ass and bringing you every venereal disease in town.
Seriously,
There's
who
a
hurt
vast
you?
difference.
Yes, there's a
Well,
huge
I'm just
difference.
saying.
But
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's a big difference between the two of those things.
So some more of the answers. Her ability to listen with intention of understanding and is an important part of
ding, 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 ding.
communication. This one guy, he says, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm choosing the wrong women, and if that's the case, I take full blame.
Maybe. Uh,
He says, but he said so many women, and it's not even a particular age range these days, do not know how to properly communicate, meaning that they want to hold down the majority of the conversation. The minute that is something is said that either they don't agree with or they don't like, they jump in, interrupt, and if you still try to keep talking, they will
Hey,
talk
man.
over you. Um,
Preach, sister.
um,
I mean, I hate to tell them, but that's not just a woman thing. I mean, that's the society we're in now, right?
Society
yeah,
in now, both people are laying in bed on the internet looking and talking to other people. It's so disgusting.
uh, he says that I, he was like, I literally find myself super drained. I am one of the few men who actually like talking on the phone. Um,
Gay.
which,
Sorry.
a lot of women complain that, men don't really like talking on the phone or whatever. He was like, but then you get in conversations with them and you could be talking about a Twinkie. And in the moment you say, I never really liked Twinkies. Well, why? Are you crazy? And he's got this in capital letters. So I'm like, he's like, why? Are you crazy? That was the snack of the decade. Why? It's like you can't
Feel your pain,
have
my
a
brother.
personal, you can't
He is
share
not
your
wrong.
personal opinion without being attacked. He was like, and it's exhausting. Um,
Well, and I agree with him.
Word to the
um,
motherfucker.
I agree with him, but again, I don't know that his problem is with women as much as it is society at large because I don't know. I think I blame the internet because everything you say has to be pulled apart and I have to find a problem with it. I mean, that
Yep.
that that seems to be the game.
Simple
I
fact
will
is,
be
haters are way louder than people who love you.
listen, when I read that comment hit home because I've been finding that in my relationships, period, friendships, so on and so forth, that people are just so, I don't know, forceful with wanting to get their opinions or their thoughts out, that it's pretty much, and it's exactly what it feels like. It feels like, damn what it is you have to say, fuck what it is you talking about. This is how I feel. And that's how it comes across. And I deal with that on a pretty regular basis. And it's exhausting. It's really gotten me to the point where I don't like talking on the phone as much. And I don't like having conversations with people as much, because people are super, super aggressive and like don't listen. They listen with the intent to respond, not to fully understand what it is you're saying and where it is that you're coming from. And then they'll say,
And that's
will
where we
turn
go
around
down.
and say to you, well, you were having a problem. Why you didn't say anything? Because you wouldn't have fucking listened in the first place.
I
I feel
mean,
like I'm in
honestly,
church.
that's why the hell I got off Facebook. I mean, that right there. No, seriously, because I mean, and Magic knows this because we used to be in Facebook groups together, and like I
Wildin'.
would say something, or not even just me, but other people would say something, and if the rest of the group didn't agree with them, it was jumping down their throats and calling them names, and I was just
do that shit
like,
all the time too, and it's like, get the
and I
fuck
was
out.
like, yeah, and like I found myself defending people. I mean, who I didn't even agree with, because I'm like, let her do what she wants to do. Why are y'all so upset about the fact that she don't want to suck nobody's dick? You know what I mean? Like, why does that make y'all mad? Like, I don't understand.
If somebody don't want to suck
But
yours, go deal with your personal information. I mean, your personal issues somewhere else. Like, and that's what a whole lot of that stuff is. That is, yeah, personal issues that people are applying all of that aggression instead of properly handling their own shit. They want to apply all of that to other people's situations. Um,
exactly.
It's also a
like,
problem in social media because you're speaking to an echo chamber. So once somebody actually disagrees with your bullshit, it's like, wait, you're the weirdo. Nah, you're the weirdo to begin with.
like a very long story short, there's this reality show which I don't know how I got looped in, but now I'm just interested to see how it all plays out. But it's it's some kind of Martha's Vineyard where they took several African American people who appear to be all under the age of like 30, 35 maybe. I'll say 35. And they're spending 2 weeks in this house. And
Because
um
that's a good idea.
yeah, like that's a yeah. They're all, the
Drama
majority of them
sells.
are college educated, seem to have pretty good, pretty decent jobs. There's a lot of fronting and pretentiousness going on. Um, and my reason for bringing it up is there's these two characters. This one who is the host, or technically the host of the house, along with her husband. She gets on my fucking nerves. And there's this other young lady who is like one of her best friends. Her name is Bria. And first of all, she shows up with her support dog and didn't tell anybody that this support dog was coming. And um then she like washed like the washcloths and the towels in the house along with some mat or something that the dog had shitted on. And it was like a
Oh, good
whole
Lord.
fucking problem.
Yeah.
Because one of the people who found out about that was like, had an issue with it. She was like, no, that's fucking nasty. But because everybody else in the house, or the majority everybody else in the house, was being so passive, like, okay, well, it washed it out, it's clean now, but don't do that shit again.
Fuck
This one other
that.
chick, this this one other chick was like, no, basically like what you just said. Fuck that. That's nasty shit. Why the fuck would you do that? You should have washed that shit out, like outside in the yard first. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do
Yeah.
that? So
Listen, I have a dog who I love. Throw that shit away.
yeah,
You
like,
get you
or
another
throw the
mat
shit
or
away.
whatever.
Yeah, throw it away. But the whole thing was this chick ended up getting put out of the house because she had become a little overly aggressive.
Deserved it.
But how she got there was that because everybody else that was involved was kind of just being so passive and like basically, no, you should calm down. And it's like, no, this fucking shit is wrong. This is an entitled little bitch. Y'all didn't say nothing to her about bringing the damn dog. Like, what if we had allergies? You understand what I'm saying? She didn't say nothing. She just assumed that it was okay. And now you're washing nasty shit with the rest of our stuff that we gotta wash our face and ass with. Like, that's ridiculous. But basically, because it was the mentality like to be passive about it, she got overly hot about it. Like, how do you not see that this shit is wrong? And she ended up getting put out because she,
Well, okay. Well, to be honest, that's where she went wrong. Because me, I'd have just been like, okay, well, that's fine. I'd have got right on Amazon, ordered me some towels. Don't y'all touch my shit. Okay.
but it's the same washing machine. Only one washing machine. So you're
listen,
still having to wash your shit in there with the dog shit.
Listen, if we there for 2 weeks, I can order 2 weeks worth of towels. I'm fine.
Yeah,
listen,
I mean,
y'all wash.
That shouldn't even be necessary.
Y'all wash y'all nasty. Y'all wash y'all faces with them nasty ass towels if you want. I'm getting me some new towels. Don't a motherfucker touch them, because then we will have a problem.
Yeah,
and then that's the end of it.
That's a reasonable a reasonable answer. Filled with a whole bunch of wisdom. But you're talking about. Yeah, no, that just was not happening. Yeah, that just was not happening. And it shouldn't even be necessary. The thing is that the person, this Bria chick, like, you should have thrown that shit out, or at the very least, like the girl said, took it outside with some soap and the water fucking hose, and and did something to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Before you put it in the washing machine. But my whole point is like the person that has any difference of opinion, it's that mob mentality. Like, jump on this person because they don't think like you. And it's ridiculous. It's just, hi.
Yeah. I've been dealing with that all my life. So I mean, at this point, and I mean, even back in the day, like, I ain't even care. You think different from me, that's fine. But I mean, hey,
it's why it's called individuals. We're all individuals, and like, there's just not a whole lot of tolerance for independent thinking.
Correct.
These days, and it's weird. It's
ridiculous. Yeah, because what's the name of that bitch I can't stand? That hates herself. That black Republican. No, please.
Who did you say, Lizzo?
Candace Owens. Thank you.
Did you say Lizzo at first?
Right. That's I'm like, I don't know where you get that.
You're funny.
But anyway. Candace Owens, I was on Twitter one day randomly, and somebody retweeted something that she posted, and they were like, this bitch need to shut the fuck up, blah, 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 blah. And now, first of all, one thing I'm never going to do, never, is cape for Candace Owens, okay? So it's not like I was going to get into an argument with somebody about this, but what she said was, is that, I don't know what the exact wording was, but basically it was, if somebody doesn't have the same opinion as what you think they should have, then people think that that's a good reason to jump all over them. Now, the bitch
Probably
is
the smartest
crazy, but she
thing
wasn't
she
wrong.
ever said. Probably the smartest thing
Yeah,
she
yeah.
ever said in her life.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, but no, I mean, I wasn't about to jump to her defense because fuck her. That's why. But but she wasn't wrong when she said that, because I was like, okay, exactly. I'm like, you were entitled to your opinion. Um, you know, she hates herself, and that's fine. I mean, that is evident, and that is fine. She's entitled to that as well, I guess. But well, that's a whole different Candace Owens. I could really get into the weeds on that, and I'm not going to. But suffice it to say, it's okay for her to have a differing opinion. It's not okay for her. Well, never mind. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. What I was going to say was, it's not okay for her to jump up and cape for racists, because she is so, I don't know, like, she just wants them to accept her so much, and it's very annoying, but that's her life, I guess. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, fine for you to have a separate opinion from mine. Like, matter of fact, I like it when people don't agree with me. Like, I love that. I mean, on certain things. Here. Certain things. Well, exactly. That is precisely why we're here. But yeah, I mean, if you're not a person who enjoys a good, exchange of ideas, then what are you here for? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I like a good exchange of ideas.
Well, doesn't seem to be the cup of tea for a whole lot of people. Next topic.
Okay. You wanted to talk about being past the relationship's expiration date?
So I call it deader love. Pretty sure there's probably some. I'm pretty sure there's probably some, some textbook term that's more appropriate, but I call it that.
See, and when I hear debtor love, I think you're in love with somebody because they owe you money. I don't.
Lord.
Well, no. So, there have been a couple of conversations that I've had with a few people over the past couple of weeks, and it's been about situations where they are with people who don't necessarily make them happy.
Key to longevity.
Or
imagine
they
that.
don't make them happy anymore, I'll say. And it hasn't been that way for a while. But there is a certain amount of investment that they put in to that person, or that person put into them. And that's part of the reason they use for still like being in the relationship.
Okay.
Happens all the time.
Can you define make them happy?
Well, without giving too much detail, there's this one relationship that is, at the very least, it's verbally abusive on a regular basis.
Okay. Well, and the reason why I asked that. Well, the reason why I asked that question, the reason why I asked it that way, is because this notion of someone else making you happy I find to be
Well,
interesting.
Ding, 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 ding,
Um,
ding,
that they
ding.
expect for them to make them happy. It's being happy inside of the relationship, which for me is
well,
two
that's
different
why.
things.
Yeah, that's why I asked you to define it because while I don't expect someone to make me happy, I do expect them to not make me miserable. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like,
Um,
like, like.
yeah, baby. Um, but so it's not that, well, in the one case, I do believe that, they're probably hoping that that relationship, or had hope that that relationship would make them happy because there's some shit that they hadn't dealt with and they own. But in the other relationship, I don't necessarily think that. But and neither in the third relationship, I don't think that about that either. But like you said, being happy, being peaceful, being content, whatever you want to call it, inside of the relationship, and it's just not there. Like I said, this one particular relationship, there at the very least, there's emotional and verbal abuse that goes on, you know, for. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that goes on. That's a large part of their relationship with each other, and
Hmm.
but they got, a couple of kids, several kids rather. They got several kids, so that's the other excuse. Don't want to break up
Do they
the
like
family.
chaos?
Listen, for
Clearly.
the one particular person, that's all that person has, in my mind, has ever known. And so I think the answer to that would be yes.
Okay.
And they don't even realize it. They say that they seek peace. But they don't seem to live well inside of peace because there's been opportunities in which that person had a couple of peaceful relationships that were pretty much not drama filled, and you kind of self-sabotage them, like.
Yeah, because why don't you love me enough to be going off on me and yelling
Yeah,
at me every five
yeah,
minutes?
yeah,
You
yeah,
you must
yeah,
you must not have no passion.
yeah, yeah. You don't care. You know what I mean?
I'm that guy.
Uh,
Uh,
mm,
yeah.
well,
Um.
I feel bad for you then.
Well, but like I said, like I was getting ready to say, apparently that's a very common thing where people feel like,
Yep.
I've invested all of these years. I've seen this person to get their doctorate,
Right.
or I've seen this
Yeah.
person build their construction company, and I was with them during all that time, and I'd be damned if I give up on it now that we're living pretty good materially and all this other shit. And I'm just like, to me, all of that sounds like insanity. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, no one wants to be broke. Everyone wants to, live, fairly well, I believe, to the point where, debts aren't a major headache in their lives. But it's like, do you really stay in a relationship and put up with somebody just for the fucking stability? Like,
You'd
Happens
be
all the time.
surprised. Yeah. Yeah. I know plenty of people like that's their main goal is to be in a
listen,
relationship with someone for stability.
and that's bad because at some point, you know, you're gonna find yourself in some real strange um situations. I know for me, that could never be me. Like if I got with somebody just because, he got money, he got a big house, he got a boat, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? We traveling everywhere, we doing all the things that financially that I'm not able to do, and life is a lot more comfortable financially. But he's not emotionally fulfilling me. He's not sexually fulfilling me. You know, we just pretty much housemates that do things together. Um, yeah, I'm probably gonna cheat.
And some of
Okay,
them
I,
are okay with that.
huh?
I'd just be gone.
I would just be gone. But I'm just saying, if
Yeah.
I was that type of person, to get into a relationship like that, like, oh well, you know, the dick sucks. He has no, emotionally we don't connect. We don't have laughs. We don't, we just kind of existing together. Yeah, 'cause I got to get that fulfillment somewhere.
Mm,
And
yeah, you ain't gotta.
you don't necessarily look to one person to fulfill all of your, because I mean, to find that person is pretty rare to,
No, to
fulfill
find that
all
person
of
is
your needs.
impossible.
But, can we get a good 7 out of 10? I mean, damn, 6 out of 10 to where the others can be
Shoot for 80.
overlooked
Shoot for
depending on what
80%.
they are.
I think I've said on this podcast before, the only reason people stay in fucked up relationships is one of three reasons: financial dependence, Stockholm syndrome, or low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Well,
people are dealing with two of three, if not three of three. And if you the type of person that needs passion, whether it's love or hate, you need to recognize that within yourself and within your mate.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Also, and I don't know if this goes under one of the categories you mentioned, but also sometimes people will just stay where they are because they're terrified of what's outside of that.
Yeah, Stockholm
And
syndrome.
well,
You
that's
fell in love
not
with the bullshit.
okay. Well, I guess if you want to call it that, but I mean, yeah, I mean, but I think sometimes you just don't realize the hell you're already in. You know what I mean? Like,
Like, you're comfortable. Well, you know this hell. You don't know the hell
yeah,
that's out there waiting for you.
right. Like I was talking to somebody online last week, and they were talking about we were having a ridiculous conversation about Disney princesses, and she was saying that one of the Disney princesses was one she couldn't understand, because a lot of people were saying, they can't understand Ariel, like, why would you change all that you are just to go after a man? Got it. Okay. And she was saying another Disney princess, and I was saying,
Half
well,
you hoes.
and I was saying, my problem was Cinderella because you gonna let these bitches, broke ass bitches, come in your house and treat you that way, and then they gonna ask you to cook their food, and you ain't tried to poison a bitch once. Like, I don't understand that. like that does not make sense to me. And she was saying, well, yeah, but you can't do that because then she'll go to jail. I'm like, hell, she living in jail already.
And not back then. Who the fuck was gonna arrest her? Like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like hell, I'm already in jail. Like you've already got me in jail. So what do I have to lose? I'll just eliminate the problem. But anyway, like I said,
Or
stupid
fall
internet
for any old
conversation.
motherfucker to come along and dance with her for one night.
Right,
listen,
because
That's
she had
not
the
gonna
right
end
size
bad.
shoe. I don't know.
listen.
Also,
Well,
also, nobody in the entire countryside had the same size shoe as she did, right? Like that didn't make no sense.
it was custom made to her foot. It wasn't about the size. It was a custom made to her foot.
I don't give a damn if you got a custom made shoe. If it's a size 8, I'm getting in
Uh,
it. Just saying.
Don't be
but
cutting
it
your
may
foot
not
But
off
be
to
a
anyway,
get the
proper fit.
prince.
They did have, people who could put their foot in the shoe and that it fit, but it wasn't the exact. It didn't go on comfortably, and it was,
okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I know. I'm just like, you read your fairy tales the way you read them. I read them differently.
And as far as
Shout
her,
out to the
the
brothers
person who
Grimm.
told you, as far as the person who said that she would fucking go to jail, like back then, and, from where the story time from, or the time from which Cinderella comes from, you could have easily fucking poisoned somebody. They didn't have tests to figure out.
Right.
No
They have that back
taxidermist.
then to figure out you
Right.
What happened?
Right.
You like you think I wouldn't have taken a chance? Man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
I know nothing.
Don't poison anyone if you're out there listening. Don't be poisoning people.
Forensics are a real thing.
Right. Okay.
Get hall passes.
I too have a scenario brought to me by a friend of mine this week. She wanted us to have a real discussion about this.
All right.
Oh shit.
So here's the scenario.
Hi, friend.
My friend has been married for quite some time.
Sucker. Sorry.
Has grown children. You know, children are grown children. So her and her husband are well, at least she definitely, and I presume her husband too, are at the age where they're ready to enjoy their lives. You know what I mean? Now,
Upside down pineapples.
sure.
Wow.
But yeah, well, I'm getting to that part. So, they have been, shall we say, very amorous with each other lately, which I think is great once you know, especially if you've been married for so long, for you to still, you know, have those feelings for each other and that attraction for each other. So they've been having a lot of sex, apparently.
Hey, the joy of getting kids out the house.
Okay, but so they were having sex, I guess last week, the other day, I don't know. They were having sex and he ejaculated inside of her. She is not on any birth control. She is also not menopausal yet. So she went ballistic. Like she lost it. And his response to that was, "Why? Like, I don't understand why you're upset. Like, you know, we're married. You know, we can afford kids."
Wait, how old are these people roughly?
Our age.
Okay, one, the odds are shit. Two, Plan Bs don't cost that much.
Well, the
And
odds
you
aren't
can't
as
nut in
bad.
your wife? What
well,
the fuck is the world coming to?
Well, first of all, okay, but okay.
Listen,
Plan
as many
B-
hoes as I just met trying to get me to nut in them, I find it strange you can't nut in your. I don't know. Different strokes for different
Okay.
folks, I suppose.
Well, because if you're listen, the odds aren't as terrible as you think. First of all,
No, I know
But
they're
also-
not impossible, but
also, if she were to get pregnant, you also have to look at the odds of the viable pregnancy, and the odds increase after the age of 35. Your odds increase
yeah,
of
shit
having
going wrong.
children with a lot of problems. And, you know, she just does not want that for her life at this point. Like, she feels like she's raised her kid. She's not trying to raise another one. And she felt like it's very irresponsible of him to make that decision for her without discussing it with her first.
That part is true. Consent is important. The hell?
Star?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. Any thoughts?
Oh, you're done. Okay.
How long have these
So-
people been married?
Decades?
Yeah, this is something
Like,
that should have came
roughly-
up along the way.
I was gonna say,
Well,
what was the
and I think
treatment
it
plan? What I mean, you know, what? How long ago was it that they had their last child?
She said they're grown.
Oh, Okay, so
just
many years ago.
nearly grown. Yeah.
Okay, so what was the previous plan to avoid pregnancy? Like, what was the
Well,
plan that was in
Clearly
place?
none.
no. She was on birth control for a while, and 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 then when she couldn't take birth control for
Mhm,
whatever reason,
mhm.
he was using protection.
In a
Okay.
marriage? That's disgusting.
But I
You don't
mean,
want to have no babies.
exactly.
Pull out.
Well, and then he was doing that. But then this one time he decided he
Got
wasn't
good
going to.
for 'em, and so yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that situation because I can understand being upset, but you also know full well that if you're not using birth control because rather I with the situation here you can't use it. I get it, but you're not, or you can't take birth control pills. But if you're not using any type of birth control, spermicide, or anything like that, just as much as he's aware that you could potentially get pregnant, you being the vessel for life know that as well. I always say that that responsibility kind of lies on both parties.
Bull.
Um,
No.
Now,
you don't think so?
women,
No.
you just said
I
she's the child bearer, and dudes are
It
fucking
okay.
stupid. They'll nut in anybody.
Well, here's my thing with that though. Um, I wouldn't be so much upset about him doing it as his attitude about it. Like, it's no big deal. Well, hell, yeah, it's no big deal to you because your old ass wouldn't be the one in traction trying to give birth to a child at this age. Like, it's no skin off your motherfucking back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess the attitude, little lax. I get that. I definitely get that.
There's
Yeah,
a
the
lot of
attitude would piss
check the
me off more
abortion
than
laws in your
anything
state.
else. And I was also going to say, also, they live in a red state, which is on some bullshit these
You got like
days.
2 weeks.
So, yeah, well, not just that, but just getting, there was a question as to whether you can even get Plan B in that state.
Sometimes you gotta take a road trip.
Well, and that's what she said would have had to happen because she was not about to have no children at this age, and I do not blame her.
Yeah, I don't blame her either. Shit. Like, just fucking shoot me in the head. I get pregnant. Like,
Wow.
for real. I fucking get pregnant at this age. Like, whew.
Man.
I mean, I can get that, and I do get but now they're gonna have to, figure some shit out.
Well,
Because
here's the thing,
sometimes they
and
get good to you, and yeah.
well, here's the thing, and I totally understand this as well. Now she doesn't even want to have sex with him anymore because she
Oh
feels like
no.
her trust is she feels like her trust has been breached, and she doesn't feel like she can trust him. And I'm like, I mean, I kind
Way
of
to
get
go,
that as
stupid.
well.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I mean, but again, you know, are there any other types of birth control that can be used? Because I mean, at the end of the day, whether he ejaculated in there or not, you can get pregnant from pre cum. I mean, it's like,
I mean, sure, abstinence. That's 100%.
oh, but that's not reasonable,
That's been known to save a marriage.
right?
Well, but I'm just saying, if we're talking about birth control, that's 100%. And
Yeah, that's
and
not
like I
reasonable.
said, she feels like she cannot trust him. So I mean, and she can't take the hormones anymore. Like that's not reasonable.
Yeah.
My guy,
And
you got a
and
lot
he
of ass
refu-
to kiss. Go on and puck her up.
Yep.
and he refuses to get a vasectomy. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's dumb at this fucking age. One of the two people got to be fixed in the marriage. Fuck a
Yeah.
man.
No, I mean one of the two. Listen, listen. If it comes down to either me or you, and yours is a nice little outpatient procedure, and mine is a serious surgery, I'm sorry, sir, but you draw the short straw. You better get your ass in there and get that snip.
Anyway. Sorry. Thinking of the procedure itself. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, he might as well. I mean, if he, wants to continue having a healthy sex life at this point, because I mean, once that trust has been broken,
It's very hard to get back.
It's
Yeah.
hard. Yeah, it's hard. So go get snip, bruh. So y'all can get back to having fun, because now it's a problem.
Right.
Yeah, that's bad though. I mean, but I
Yeah,
get
that's
it.
a hell of an apology. Go for that one.
Yeah, like the paperwork on the desk. Like I went and got snipped.
Well, yeah, I put it in the card. I'm sorry. P.S. Will you drive me to my vasectomy appointment tomorrow? Like, yeah, you're right. That would be a hell of an apology.
Man up, nigga.
Poor thing.
But, I mean, I think that deep down, and this is just my theory, because I don't know this for a fact. He hasn't told me this, but I think deep down, he just always wanted to have another child.
Oh, nah, that's some terrible shit right there.
Get a puppy.
Right. Yeah, that's. Yeah, no. Nope. Because then it's like, did you do the shit on purpose? Like,
Well, and like I said, I think she also knows that he deep down has always wanted another child, which is why, I think she believes that he did it on purpose. Like, she believes that he just made a decision for both of them.
How have y'all been married for decades and can't even be honest with each other?
yeah.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, what do you mean you can't be honest with each other? I mean, he was very vocal about wanting another child back when they had their last child. He wanted another one.
Child?
Yeah.
Sounds like the conversation needed to have been revisited. I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I ain't married no more. What do I know? But yeah.
Oh, I tell you what.
I mean, at the end of the day, here's my thought. If it was his intention that he did it purposefully, that's really at this point like a rather dangerous game to be playing. You shouldn't do that anyway, but like at this age, like you just
Selfish
don't
and
do
stupid.
that. It's selfish.
Yeah, it's a violation.
Yeah, it is. At any point in a relationship, but especially at this age.
Yeah.
Technically, you're a rapist, dude. Get your shit together.
Well, I wouldn't go that.
Damn.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
I wouldn't either, but
intercourse.
technically, no means no, motherfucker.
In a court of law. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she did consent to the sexual act, so I mean,
Yes, but even if
I'm
it's
not.
in mid-stroke and she's like, don't do that, hey, pull the fuck out.
Like,
Yeah.
whoa. You even hear a whoa. It's like, wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
One of these
Hopefully, the
episodes,
bear.
we got to converse about the consensual, non-consensual thing. That's fucking
Next
scary
week.
to me.
Next week.
Why is it scary to you?
Because I've been approached about it, and I'm like, no, I'm big and black in America. I'm not pressing my luck. Ain't no kind of waiver that could be signed. Nope, not I. Find somebody else.
Okay.
Hey, gotta play it
That'll be a
safe.
good conversation.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
I'm apparently missing something in that conversation, but next week
We'll fill
you'll
it in.
explain it to me.
Mm-hmm.
so if you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell all the hoes that it is the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter. You know where you found us.
Adios, peoples.
All of that. Yeah, I'm going to walk the dog.
Walk it.
Also, let's go Heat.
So serious, so sincere. You
Yeah,
don't
don't
really
care.
believe they're gonna win that, do you?
I don't care whether they win or not. I'm just so proud of them for getting where they've gotten, where nobody, including me, thought they would ever be. So, yeah.
I like that it's two
And
actual
also-
teams in the finals, and it's not the battle of who has the biggest star. It's two teams that play together and do teamwork type things. That's good.
Yeah.
Watching this, maybe
Yeah.
y'all stop trying to be Steph and Clay all goddamn game.
Yeah, and also, I'm assured
Die by the
that
three.
they will. I'm assured that they will show Alonzo on camera at least once every game. So that makes me happy because he's still beautiful. The most perfect
Somebody
man on
forward
earth.
this shit to him because she too pumped to jump in the DM.
He's not on social media, but anyway. Bye.
You got a burner account somewhere. Bye.